Why owning less makes you richer. The hidden cost nobody talks about. Two people live in the same building, same neighborhood, same cost of living, nearly identical apartments. The first person earns $90,000 a year. Walk into their place and it looks impressive. A massive television, designer furniture, closets packed so tight the doors barely close. But check their bank account and there's anxiety underneath it all. One layoff, one medical bill, one car repair. Everything feels fragile. Now cross the hall. The second person earns $50,000 a year. Their apartment is simpler, calmer, nothing flashy, but they sleep well at night. They've got over a year of expenses saved. They invest automatically every month, nearly half the income and 10 times the peace of mind. Once you understand why that gap exists, you will never look at money the same way again, because it has almost nothing to do with income. It has everything to do with what you're carrying. Here's the idea most people never learn. Everything you own charges you twice. The first charge is the price tag, obvious, unavoidable, already priced into the decision. The second charge is quieter, and it's the one draining people for decades without them noticing. It's the ongoing cost of ownership. Storage, maintenance, insurance, attention, stress. Every possession keeps billing you long after you've paid for it. That treadmill collecting dust in the spare room isn't just sitting there. In many cities, that square footage alone costs hundreds of dollars a year in housing expense. That second car isn't just parked, it's quietly draining money through insurance, depreciation, and registration every single month. And research shows clutter itself raises stress hormones and fractures focus. Your possessions don't sit quietly, they demand upkeep. Then there's the biggest hidden cost of all, opportunity cost. Every dollar tied up in things you don't use is $1 that isn't compounding toward freedom. $15,000 spent on impulse purchases could have become $50,000 or more invested over 15 years. That's not just stuff, that's future freedom quietly traded away. And here's where most people go wrong. They don't drift into financial stress through one catastrophic decision. It happens through thousands of small purchases that slowly expand their lifestyle while shrinking their options. So how do you reverse it? Two questions do most of the work. First, the cost per use test. Take the price of anything and divide it by how often you'll realistically use it. A $200 jacket worn 3 times costs over $60 per wear. A $400 jacket worn twice a week for 3 years costs less than $2 per wear. Suddenly, the cheaper option looks irrational. Second, the replacement test. Walk through your home and ask, if this disappeared tomorrow, would I actually spend money buying it again? Not emotionally, actually. For most people, the honest answer is no, and that tells you everything about why it's still there. But this problem doesn't disappear when you stop earning a paycheck. If anything, it becomes impossible to ignore. Because here's where most people go wrong. Again, this time at the finish line of their career. After decades of working toward retirement, they discover that what they built up isn't just wealth, it's also weight. Take the family home. It made sense when the kids were there. But if those rooms sit empty now, you're not just holding an asset, you're funding property taxes, insurance, maintenance, and repairs on space nobody uses. Meanwhile, a large share of your net worth sits locked inside the walls, unable to fund travel, healthcare, or flexibility. Downsizing isn't giving something up. Most retirees who do it report less stress and more freedom, not less life. Then there's a harder one, financially supporting adult children well into your own retirement. This isn't about love, it's about math. Your children have decades to recover from financial setbacks. You don't. There's no such thing as a retirement loan. And the recreational toys, the boat, the RV, the vacation property, often cost $10,000 to $15,000 a year to maintain for something used only a handful of days annually. The same question applies here as anywhere else. If you didn't already own it, would you buy it today? But the final item on this list isn't financial at all, and it's the one that blindsides even the most prepared retirees. It's professional identity. For 30 or 40 years, the answer to "what do you do?" came instantly. Then one day, it's gone. People plan financially for retirement and never plan emotionally for it. The ones who thrive aren't the ones who accumulated the most. They're the ones who learn the difference between what they own and what quietly owns them. Understanding this changes how you look at something else entirely, how you invest the money you're trying to protect in the first place. Because the same trap, mistaking complexity for progress, shows up here too. Some investors chase sophistication, hedge funds, private deals, complicated strategies, as if they've found a secret door. Others simply hold index funds and never ask why. Strip away the marketing and every fund works the same way, a pool of money, managed by rules, used to buy assets on your behalf. And the first question worth asking is always, who benefits first? Because every fund extracts fees before you see a single dollar of return. Index funds don't try to win, they try to represent the market as it is, with fees as low as a few hundredths of a percent. ETFs offer similar efficiency with more flexibility, which rewards discipline more than activity. Mutual funds add active management and often a cost between 0.5% and 1.5% annually, without reliably beating the market they're trying to outsmart. Hedge funds go further still, charging 2% plus 20% of profits, needing exceptional performance just to match simpler alternatives, and many quietly underperform or shut down without anyone hearing about it. The lesson is the same one hiding underneath the whole story. Complexity feels impressive. Simplicity is what actually compounds. A boring, well-understood system will outperform a complicated one you don't fully control, in your closet, in your driveway, and in your portfolio. Which brings us to the real definition of wealth. It was never the size of the house or the logo on the car. Real wealth is optionality, the ability to leave a job that drains you, absorb an emergency without panic, or say no to something that doesn't fit your life anymore. Someone earning $80,000 while spending $45,000 often has more freedom than someone earning $200,000 while spending nearly all of it. One person owns their life, the other is maintaining an image, and many don't realize how expensive that image became until decades later. So here's the real question: whether you're 25 or 65, is your money building freedom or financing obligations? Every possession, every subscription, every sophisticated investment either supports the life you're building or quietly starts owning a piece of it. If this changed how you think about money, subscribe. This channel is about building clarity and freedom in a world that keeps trying to sell you more. And in the comments, tell me this: what's one thing you own right now that you honestly wouldn't buy again if it disappeared tomorrow?